Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Season 2, the Sea of Monsters opens on a rain-soaked clearing at dawn. A bronze Ares helmet smashes into a muddy puddle. Crimson plumes splattered dark. Smoke from guttering torches twists overhead while blurred campers dash past. In 3 silent seconds, the image tells all. Camp Half-Blood's border is fraying and war is at the gate. Lightning cracks. On a nighttime ridge, Luke Castellan surveys an undead army Vikings with cracked shields. Roman legionaries bearing speared standards. Even mist-wreathed Civil War infantry. Backbiter glows sickly gold in Luke's fist. Half celestial bronze. Half mortal steel. Promising it can wound demigod and mortal alike. His ambition has swelled beyond any single age of heroes. Daylight slams in. Percy, Annabeth and Clarice brace on the deck of a rust-flecked gunboat. The CSS Birmingham, gift of Ares. Fog hides the horizon. Cannon barrels jut like iron fangs. Clarice commands a crew of ghostly soldiers from every army Ares ever conquered. A clever rewrite that broadens the war god's reach while dumping the Confederate baggage. Waves boom against iron plates, the smell of salt and ozone filling the air as the quest launches. Deep in a moss-draped forest, Grover kneels beside a long-dead satyr skeleton. Reed pipes rest in bone fingers. When he lifts them, a lonely melody ripples the leaves. Hope flashes in his eyes, maybe Pan's call at last, only to fade when new character Allison Sim steps from shadow. Bow strung, her rebel demigods fanning out. Grover's path to the wild god now has a living obstacle. Camp, dawn turns cruel. Luke drives a slender blade into Talia's tree. Golden sap bleeds like ichor, then darkens to sickly green. Thunder rolls as Zeus rages. A single reaction shot, someone unseen meeting Luke's gaze hints a betrayal that will gut the audience before episode 1 hits the 10-minute mark. Chaos erupts on the chariot track. Stymphalian birds dive-bomb Pegasi, metal wings screeching. Campers raise battered shields while a Demeter statue looms over the melee. Disney clearly dumped drachma into physical sets. Torn banners, smoking braziers, and dozens of extras drive home that Camp Half-Blood has never felt bigger or more vulnerable. Inside the big house, candlelight flickers across ancient mailbags. Hermes removes his winged sneakers, shoulders sagging as he begs Percy, without quoting, to reach Luke's heart before hatred swallows it forever. For all the monsters ahead, that plea is the season's emotional anchor. Family bonds can bend, break, maybe heal. Back at sea, the stakes skyrocket. Clarissa's ironclad grinds through fog toward a stone sky-piercing cliff. Above, Scylla now rendered like a hydra of serpent necks gnashes at storm clouds. Below, Charybdis growls unseen. Annabeth calculates impossible angles while Percy steadies himself on the bow, pupils glowing sea green as he channels Poseidon's will. Comic relief surfaces when Mr. D greets returning campers. He mangles Percy's name, Perry Johansson, before griping about ambrosia shortages. Beside him stands Tantalus, Regent Director, waving rule scrolls he never enforces. Their banter reminds viewers that gods, even cranky ones, are still ridiculously human. Reality crashes into Percy's school life next. On Merryweather Prep's quad, a dodgeball morphs into a flaming pumpkin as Laestrygonian giants storm the field. Students scatter. Uniforms ignite. A massive figure blocks a Fireball Tyson, a teenage Cyclops in two-type blazer, CGI'd with far more nuance than early stills. His wide grin and single brown eye announce one of the book series' warmest relationships. The Grey sisters taxi careens across a Manhattan bridge, hazard lights strobing. Inside, the immortal drivers squabble over prophecy verses while Annabeth squeezes Percy's arm, demanding the next clue to save camp. When the cab mounts an off-ramp, the trio's unsanctioned quest officially breaks camp curfew. Dream horror slips in mid-trailer. The big house doors creak open within Percy's nightmare as half-formed Kronos, cloaked in golden dust, steps through. Percy wakes, sweating to Poseidon's distant voice warning that forces older than Olympus are turning. Cosmic dread enters the chat. Action crescendos aboard Luke's cruise liner, the Princess Andromeda. Below, luxury decks lie cargo holds stacked with celestial bronze and titan banners. Percy sprints through corridors, golden fleece tucked under his elbow as sirens blare. Luke intercepts. Backbiter clashes with Riptide in showering sparks. One slip and Luke nicks Percy's ribs, blood blooms, and for the first time in the series, Percy looks genuinely outmatched yet refuses to drop the healing cloth that might save Talia's tree. A rapid montage pours adrenaline. Clarice marches on Polyphemus's island flanked by undead dragoons. Grover leaps over a shattered trawler as a colossal tentacle smashes aft decks. Annabeth collapses on wet planks, dagger falling from bloody fingers. Percy kneels beside her, whispering courage. Luke's skeletal army storms Camp Half-Blood until a bronze trident blocks Backbiter Tyson rising to guard his brother. Music drops to a single heartbeat. The screen fades to the title Percy Jackson and the Olympians. The Sea of Monsters and the date December 10th, 2025 glows like beacon fire. The trailer closes with waves crashing over black as Percy's voice vows to bring everyone home, no matter the monster. What 2 minutes of footage prove is clear. The series is scaling up without losing its humor or heart. Luke's rebellion grows darker. Clarissa's grit sharper. Grover's faith deeper. New faces like Allison and Tyson widen the emotional map, while location work gunboats, Cyclops Islands, underwater catacombs makes the world feel mythic and modern at once. Come December, demigods old and new will sail into a storm that tests friendship, family, and fate.